I'm going to the University of Exeter and pursuing an MSc in Global Sustainability Solutions with a scholarship for £5,000. And the best point was that I got my visa within, I think, 6 days of applying. I went through a lot of education fairs also to understand what kind of courses are being offered and what is for me. And through a referral, I was lucky enough to find ma'am and the team, and they offered such a tailored guidance which you might not find anywhere else. I would also like to add that sir made sure that every document in terms of visa application was in place to the T. But she kept asking me, the person at BFS, that is it not a priority visa? I said no. I was so sure that I was going to get my visa, even if it's going to take 1.5 months. I was very ready that okay, I'll get it by mid-August, enough time. And she kept asking me, but I said no, I'm going to be okay with it. And then she started going through the checklist, and there was not even one single document. She was like, okay, you have everything. She was shocked herself that she has everything in place. So I think that is the kind of attention to detail you get here that you're not going to get outside.
So there are many students that reach us at the last moment. Parents also are very, lenient in that approach. Kar lenge, abhi to agle saal jana hai. So how do you see that serve your purpose? What message do you want to give to the students and parents?
I think please be prepared well in advance for not just for the sheer reason of convenience, but you get enough time to prepare for things. I think people just don't understand. Everybody thinks it's very easy to get into UK. What you're not understanding is you're not the only person applying. Even if you apply a month late, you will be losing your chances, because universities prefer people who are on time. It shows your own diligence and integrity in choosing your course and the university. And also another thing is, people really do not understand the amount of time it takes to write an SOP, a really convincing SOP. It takes time. You're going to read it so many times. It will take you an entire month to justify what you're writing, to understand, grammar check, get opinions, alter everything. And SOP is the only thing that you're playing on. Your marks is just an entry, but SOP is what will make and break your game. And if you think that, okay, I'm going to make it at the last moment, it will not have that finesse that a great university wishes for, and you will lose your chance. I have seen people who applied in September well in advance, they got great places, and people who were actually great did not receive places if they applied really late.
Hello everyone. So today we are joining almost after a year or so, I believe, because lot many things were going on and we were working on some applications from last year. And I believe Mallika ने भी हमारे साथ अपना process September October में start किया था, and that started with initial discussions. I believe Mallika को as a student enroll करने से पहले उससे मिलना, उसके बारे में जानना, वो क्या कर रही थी, उसकी क्या thought process था, वो अपने आप में इतना मैजिकल था, बिकॉज मैं बहुत कम इस लेवल में, इस एज में बच्चों को मिलती हूँ जिनके पास इतना पैशन होता है, इतना थॉट प्रोसेस क्लियर होता है, और जिनको इतनी क्लैरिटी होती है, जिन्होंने इतनी रिसर्च कर रखी होती है, विच इज रेयर टू फाइंड. एंड आई वाज रियली वेरी happy to have her as our student to enroll for her study overseas journey. So मैं इस बारे में कुछ नहीं बताऊंगी, बिकॉज द डे आई मेट हर फॉर द फर्स्ट डे, मैं उसी दिन बोल रही थी अगर मुझे पता होता हमारा इंटरेक्शन ऐसा होने वाला है तो शायद आज हम उसी डिस्कशन को रिकॉर्ड कर पाते, बिकॉज शी शेयर्ड सो मेनी गुड इनसाइट्स विच वर मैजिकल, एंड जो मेरे को आम सुनने को नहीं मिलती, बहुत कैजुअली मेरे को तो नहीं मिलती सुनने को, स्पेशली जब बच्चे ये प्लान करते हैं कि हाँ हमें अब्रॉड जाना है और हम एक नई जर्नी को स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं. सो मैं नहीं बोलूंगी, आई विल लीव इट टू मल्लिका टू इंट्रोड्यूस what she is doing, and then I will start an understanding. And आज इस ऑल्दो मेरे बाकी बच्चों के वीजास भी कुछ आ गए और ये सारे के सारे लास्ट ईयर का प्रोसेस था, इट इज अ टाइम टेकिंग प्रोसेस, बट व्हाई वी डिसाइडेड पहले मल्लिका को रीच करना, बिकॉज मल्लिका के व्यूज यंगस्टर्स को, स्पेशली जो बच्चे स्टडी ओवरसीज सोचते हैं, हायर एजुकेशन सोचते हैं, उनके लिए बहुत आई ओपनिंग है इन टर्म्स ऑफ क्लैरिटी ऑफ विजन, चीज़ों के बारे में पता होना, और देन पेशेंस रख के ये सोचना कि हमें किसके साथ जाना है। ये एक बहुत बड़ा बात था। सो ओवर टू यू मल्लिका, वेलकम एंड कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस दैट फाइनली यू गॉट योर वीजा एंड सब जगह से ऑफर आए एंड योर विश वाज रसल ग्रुप। वी अप्लाइड ओनली फॉर रसल ग्रुप। लास्ट मोमेंट में जहां हमने अप्लाई करा वहां से भी ऑफर आया, बट वो लेट आया हमें। बट ओवर टू यू, लेट अवर व्यूअर्स नो यू आर फ्रॉम विच प्लेस, what you have done, and what all about you are aiming to do. Over to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for introducing. And I would also say this was a wonderful journey with you. I'll just take some time to introduce. So my name is Malika Raj and I'm from Delhi. I was working as a senior analyst in sustainability for a startup company which deals in ESG, climate change and sustainability services. I'm going to the University of Exeter and pursuing an MSc in global sustainability solutions with a scholarship for £5,000. And the best point was that I got my visa within, I think, 6 days of applying. So in terms of choosing UK for my education abroad is that, as I told, I am a sustainability consultant and I wanted to be a pioneer moving forward in sustainability. UK is a destination which is very serious about how they deal with sustainability and how they're reaching out to make changes about it. As you know, they already have a net zero target of 2050, with Scotland having a target of 2045. With such great research going on to this and greater institution, I was definitely sure that UK was my destination. I had done a previous research about it by talking to people and understanding why UK should be chosen and not other destinations like Germany, Spain, or for that matter, even the Icelandic countries. And I came about that, yes, UK was the right destination. I went through a lot of education fairs also to understand what kind of courses are being offered and what is for me. And through a referral, I was lucky enough to find ma'am and the team, and they offered such a tailored guidance which you might not find anywhere else.
Right. So, Malika, I just would like to know, when you met and you said you wanted to go to UK, and I'm a person who simply just don't accept what a child says. I still would like to ask one question: why? So, when I was asking you, why not Canada? Why not US? So, you gave a very big insight about it. I really want that you should really share it with others. Ki the moment I was saying, why not Canada? Why not US? Why not any other country? So, although you have shared few facts, I really would like to hear about it when I asked about Canada, when I asked about US. So, although you have got a very huge profile, people must not be knowing that she is a graduate from Gargi College, also a very good percentage throughout her career, and she worked with a very good organization. And while in India, she did a lot of internships also, and working with a very good organization, taking a very responsible role in this journey till the time she did not get the visa. So I really would like to hear, few things you talked about यूके की यहाँ पर ये पॉलिसीज के बारे में मैंने पढ़ा था, and then you talked about why not Canada, why not US. I really want you to highlight that again.
Yeah, so talking about this, I think there are loopholes in every judicial system in every country about it. But I feel you see through policies how a country is reacting. When we had presidents in America who were just not ready to accept that climate change was a thing, with Biden recently just saying that they are spending 100 billion or $100 million on just curbing the heat in USA. So now they are accepting it, which is too late for themselves, and they are one of the major polluters, major emitters, with their budget being equal to what is their warfare budget. And warfare, as you know, has created such mass destruction, not just for human lives, but also for the environment. So it shows that they are not on the front foot about it. Same Canada is does not have such stringent understanding that okay, they're just not accepting climate change, but there are also not policies which are very proactive. In my early assignments with my job, I had the opportunity to analyze 2100 companies in USA, Canada, Europe, and even South Asia, and I found results from UK and Europe far better than what I found in USA and Canada. Disclosure level is very different, and they are not making as much changes even today. So Europe has started with CSRD, which is a very stringent level of disclosure that they will be coming forth with. To give you an insight, even a country like India has BRSR, full form being Business Responsibility and Sustainability Report, with 1,000 top companies in India to have mandatory disclosures. It is very at its nascent stage, but still, for even a country like India is doing it. For a superpower like USA, we expect a lot more, and it was not there. So that was a very good point. Another thing that you will see in laws in UK is that UK has something called the gender gap report, which is mandatory to file. So what does a gender gap report mean? So gender gap report is actually about how much difference in pay is there for women and men, and they actually do not just do it on an annual basis. They're already taking monthly incomes into stake, and levels of seniority, and how in even there is a gap. And hence these disclosures allow not just governments and companies to have a reality check, but also for customers to understand that okay, the company we are investing in as customers, are they responsible, are they reliable? That is a question everybody needs to ask in this age. So uh, that was my reason for choosing UK specifically. And as I said, Scotland has a 2045 target. Scotland is also running towards achieving their targets and giving out a lot of people, I don't know, they know it. Scotland is giving out scholarships for students who are going to study courses in sustainability, in energy management, in environmental management, biodiversity conservation. And if you are interested in these things, I think it's a great place to study and invest to learn more from the greats.
Right. So let's come to a quick question. Like, as you said that you already visited lot many job fairs. When people go to the job fairs, the university representatives are sitting straight away, right? So, and then you always said that, ma'am, every time whenever I met you, we discussed about. So going back, there were some intakes. So let me just understand what was the missing link you see when you met the other consultants, and let me tell my viewers that before coming to us, Malika tried to reach UK last year in the month of September, but she could not get through the offers from the university she was trying. And that was a time she discussed with somebody, and somebody close in her family referred her to me. And she visited us, and we said, okay, looking at your profile, we would be able to do it. And initially, there was a lot of discussions going on, this program, this program. Then we prepared a list about that. So let us understand, once you were doing at your own that time also, and once you started with us, so what prompted you to go with me? You came for a first meeting, then you came for a second meeting. So what prompted you to go with us, although we work in a very different environment where some people can meet us, some cannot even meet us? We were having enough time that we could spend time with you, we could do 101, and then after that there was no communication, we were just doing our work, you were busy with our work, and we get the things done. So what prompted you to opt for us, and what difference you see that even after meeting and going to the job fairs, and once you tried at your own, then what we told us we served and we promised? So what was a difference in that decision that you decided to go with us?
Yeah, first thing is that when you go to education fairs, they just pick random universities and they think, okay, they might offer. And when you go up to them and you realize the course is not exactly what you're offering for. For somebody who just sees me as a sustainability consultant, might deem that, oh, MS in sustainability development is a good course for you. But that's not the case. And that's what was happening. What they were offering me, I had already done my own research and I was looking at modules and everything, but I could not pinpoint and get something very tailored to me. What can help me move forward? I have some basic knowledge. I'm working in this industry for the past 1 year. I've done, as ma'am said, a few internships in awareness, child education, yeah, relating to environment, and then waste management. But sustainable development sometimes become very common, and I would say it's very generic also. So as ma'am said, last year I got into Bristol, but I spoke to people and I found out that the course is so generic that it will not help me. When you're going to invest a lot of money in an education, especially abroad, then you'd want that masters to last you in the next 3 years, not something that lapses its knowledge in the next one and you have to upgrade again. So that was something. So they did not really care about that they have to find something tailored to me, whereas for us, you understand what my passion, where my passion lies, and also what I'm seeking through that I'm trying to just not have knowledge but have the analytical skills to help my clients become better. I'm into, to give you understanding to the audience here, I'm into business consulting for sustainability. So I help organizations become more sustainable. So doing a generic course like MSc Sustainable Development will not help me. I need skill set, I need analysis, I need business understanding, and I also need the data understanding to capture that, okay, what does my client require, what is their problem, what is the loophole, where and how do I solve it. So that is what this course does. We sat down, we looked at so many, I think with ma'am, we went through, I think, 20 courses. We ran through every module. Do we like this, do we not like this? And even at the end moment we were changing that, okay, no, this, the objective of the course does not suit me. So that kind of reliance was there in terms of helping me out really advance my career. It was just not that, okay, we're going to get a commission from the university we're sending her to. That was never the case. She had genuine concern throughout, and till date, I mean, I've got my visa and I'm still getting recommendations from her that, okay, take this, don't take that. So it will never be like a one-on-one that, okay, it will never be a transaction with ma'am. You will always have a stronghold connection that will last you for longer, and that's what mentorship is about. So that's why I went for her, and I chose her, and I had the trust that, okay, everything will go into place. And I would say that my applications were applied on time. I got my offer from Exeter 14th February. That was so early on, which I did not really expect. So I had enough time to plan. I got my visa, I think, by the end of June. So that is, you have a head start of 2.5 months before you go, and that is a good enough time. I would also like to add that sir made sure that every document in terms of visa application was in place to the T. That when so I also organized my reports, and when she kept asking me, the person at VFS, that is it not a priority visa? I said no. I was so sure that I was going to get my visa, even if it's going to take 1.5 months. I was very ready that, okay, I'll get it by mid-August, enough time. And she kept asking me, but I was like, no, I'm going to be okay with it. And then she started going through the checklist, and there was not even one single document. She was like, okay, you have everything. She was shocked herself that she has everything in place. So I think that is the kind of attention to detail you get here that you're not going to get outside. That's
I
why it's
believe
so
Mr.
powerful.
Yes, I believe Mr. Grover really need a round of applause for
Yeah,
this
definitely.
compliment. He is too much into documentation, is so good. And let us tell our viewers that in UK there are three kind of visas where people pay for extra visa. Once they apply for visa, they have an opportunity to pay some extra money to get their visa in 8 to 10 days. Then a super priority visa where they may pay more to get the visa maybe in 24 hours. And the visa which Malika Raj was applying was a normal visa without paying even an extra single penny, which is supposed to take at least a month time minimum. Starts from 15 days, they said, and they said that it will go to 1 month or 1 month plus. And imagine, we could not believe it, that we got Mallika's visa in 6 days, and that visa was ordinary visa. And recently we were just talking to a parent, and in the 6 months we were working on only on the applications we took last year in the month of September, because of lot many things were going on. My sister met with an accident, I was so occupied, and there were many other things going on in my life also. So we were working only 3 4 students which we took in the month of September. So how do you see with there are students, they simply think that the last moment they will do and they will catch hold of the things and something will happen. But I believe any student who is going with you, be it you, Akarshan, and any other students, they all started well in advance. So how do you see this approach works well in your case? As you said, we started working in the month of September or October, you got your offer from Exeter in the month of February, even rest of the offers also we got, and your scholarship we applied and we got the scholarship also well in advance. And I was not expecting that applying scholarship for chancellor and we would be getting 5,000 scholarship. That was a big achievement for us, and that too we got that well in time because we applied everything well in advance. So how do you see the value of starting the process 1 year in advance, and how much money you save, and how do you feel that is important to take the right decision well in advance? So there are many students that reach us at the last moment. Parents also are very lenient in that approach, kar lenge abhi to agle saal jana hai. So how do you see that serve your purpose? What message do you want to give to the students and parents?
I think please be prepared well in advance, for not just for the sheer reason of convenience, but you get enough time to prepare for things. I think people just don't understand. Everybody thinks it's very easy to get into UK. What you're not understanding is you're not the only person applying. So UK has been, especially since the PSW has started and the COVID restrictions were released, UK has been expecting a lot of international students, and even if you apply a month late, you will be losing your chances, because universities prefer people who are on time. It shows your own diligence and integrity in choosing your course and the university. So if you think that, okay, I'm going to apply late to a Russell group especially, please expect you will not get your place. I am being very serious about it. I'm not going to mince things sweet. And also another thing is, people really do not understand the amount of time it takes to write an SOP, a really convincing SOP. It takes time. You're going to read it so many times. It will take you an entire month to justify what you're writing, to understand grammar check, get opinions, alter everything. And SOP is the only thing that you're playing on. Your marks is just an entry, but SOP is what will make and break your game. And if you think that, okay, I'm going to make it at the last moment, it will not have that finesse that a great university wishes for, and you will lose your chance. I have seen people who applied in September well in advance, they got great places, and people who were actually great did not receive places if they applied really late. Also, it's a mess at the end, because you are waiting for your acceptance letter, then your CAS, you want to apply for your visa, and all this timeline becomes so mashed up and creates stress for you. That is not great. So I would say applying well in advance, you have the time to plan everything. I got a lot of time to plan my own loan. At the end, you will have only minimal options to apply for. You might be getting a lot of interest rate, but applying in advance, you can actually compare, you can tell them, you can negotiate, and this is the best way to plan study abroad 1 year in advance. That's how you do it.
Wow. So, whenever we work with SOPs, I tell the students to send me this, then I send, and then I work. So there is a lot of work and input is required. And where I see that many of people think, okay, we can do it. And they search for the people. There are the professionals, those who are writing the SOPs. But what I personally believe, which I always discuss with Mallika also, I believe it is very important to understand what student is, what her aim is, what they are going to do, because SOP is not only for your admission. Somehow it should give a complete picture of what you have done and what you can do in your life. So now I would like to ask you, Mallika, to tell all the viewers what all universities you applied and you got offers from.
So I applied to University of Surrey, I applied to University of Exeter, and I applied to Warwick and Edinburgh. So I know a lot of people will be like, you applied to a minimum of 6 universities. So I think from understanding that I applied to only 4 universities, you understand the amount of attention that we have taken to just select courses. We were so thorough with it. And we got offers from the first 3 universities and well in time. Edinburgh was the only one that delayed, but I have already applied for my visa for Exeter. So I am anyway happy. Exeter was my second option, and I know the professors there, the program coordinator, who are actually great and pioneers in their own game. So I am very relaxed and happy the kind of university I'm going to, the kind of assistance and help I'll be getting from there. When we talk about SOPs, I think the great aspect here is that yes, you will get a lot of people who write your SOPs. But what you miss out is that there is an element of personal touch. You can write great words, but if your passion does not seep through and is not true, it will not hold anything. I had internship certificates and my job and my previous job, everything to prove that yes, the words I'm writing, each and everything means something. I want to actually do something in this uh, industry and want to make a difference here. And making it just writing good English will not help you. You
Yes.
need to understand what the objective of the course. That's what we talked about earlier also. Objective of the course is very important. You might write great English, but if you're not resonating with the objective, the modules you want to study, the professors you want to study under, and what you're expecting out of that course, your SOP might be great English but might not get accepted. And that's the harsh truth of it.
Yes, there is another harsh truth. Like when Malika was coming and she was keep on saying, I want this university, I want to this university. And I was just saying, okay, but we just kept quiet because we know that it's not that what you are thinking, your profile is so good, you will get that. So please be clear about it and don't put your energy on something which is not even meant for you or you won't get. It's a useless exercise. And many students, does it. And at the same time, then they feel lost and they waste a lot of their time in that, working. So that's also a very important factor. Don't just fall in trap just to look at one thing and just to stick around, and always look for the other options. Keep your windows open. And that's a one thing which she said, and I'm very honored and happy that she's flying on 15th of September.
Yeah.
She's flying on 15th of September. I have a very big high hopes from this girl, and I look forward that she would do something great in UK. All the best. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing all your insights, and immense gratitude, tons of blessing, loads of loves. And we look forward to great success stories once you complete your education, and maybe helping many other students. We would be seeking your expert advice.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And thank you for the wishes as well. I hope the same. And I hope that this interaction will be useful to others as well.
For sure. Thank you so much, Malika.
Thank
Thanks a
you.
lot.